Welcome friends to MuniMeterHealth, your premier site for enhancing your medical education and patient education. So we are dedicated to serve you with free knowledge. We are going to talk about very briefly, why is the blood red? So today we're going to talk about that. Let's see, the blood is composed of red cells, white cells, WBCs, and platelets. Okay, now platelets, they are roughly about 1.5 to 4 million per cubic millimeter. White cells are about 4 to 10,000 only, 10K per cubic millimeter. And RBCs, now red blood cells, they are about 4 to 6 million per cubic millimeter. So which has the highest number? The red cells. So obviously the red cells predominate because they outnumber the white cells and the platelets in the population of the cells within the blood. So now if you were to look at the stream here, and this is the bloodstream that is traversing through the artery, for instance, and if I was to draw the red cells, they would be looking like this all over the place. There'll be millions. But if I was to look at the platelets would be also there, enough, but not as many, obviously, but still in millions, like just like 1.5 to 4 we talked about. But if you were to look at the white cells, which we'll show maybe perhaps in this little different color here, the white cells are very few, 4 to 10,000 only. So you see the predominant cells within the bloodstream are the red cells. Now why are the red cells red? Well, they are red because there is something called hemoglobin present within them, and the hemoglobin is a red pigment. Now hemoglobin with oxygen becomes bright red, even further red, and that's why it's called oxy-hemoglobin within the red cells, and that is what is constituting the red pigment, which makes the red cells red, and the red cells make the blood red. Okay, so very interestingly, red cells outnumber within the bloodstream even more than the white cells and platelets combined, and the red cells contain this pigment called hemoglobin, which in the presence of oxygen even looks further bright, and that's why the red cells make the blood look red. Okay, looking forward to seeing you again sometime later on